Welcome. What we've done in the live trading room is create a way for you to virtually look over the shoulder of an experienced futures trader and watch us as to how we trade our accounts in real time. And what you will see is our charts. You'll see the support and resistance levels as we're showing here for an example in the blue and the red regions. The red and green arrows show where we bought and sold respectively. And you'll see how we evaluate the trend very simply by just looking at the charts and noting higher highs and higher lows and lower highs, double bottoms and double tops. These are the things that we look at to evaluate the trend on the larger term time frame, and then we look at the smaller time frame to really pinpoint our entries and manage our trades. These charts and what we show you are exactly what we do on our accounts. Now, a couple of things about the room. It's designed and created as a one-way presentation. When we trade the markets, we completely immerse ourselves onto our charts. So there is not any time to message back and forth. There's no bidirectional communication. Emails, phone calls are not possible. And so what you will see in joining the room is a narration in real time. And in creating this room, it really did not demand all that much of a transition, at least for me, because I narrate when I trade or when I study. When I really need to read and comprehend, I read aloud. And in fact, when I trade, I verbally, out loud, narrate my observations. So to create the room and run the room, it was just a matter of adding a headset and the capacity to capture the charts. I started trading and studying technical analysis and trading in the early 1980s. And at that time, before the internet, the only real way that we could educate ourselves is to attend sales seminars for software or newsletters. And there would often be companies and vendors that would come through the area where I was living in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I would go and be in the company of brokers and a community of investors in which we would share information and learn. We would see a presentation as to how people were applying technical analysis and trade. And the countless numbers of presentations that I went to, I can always remember sitting out in the audience thinking, just show me what you do. Let's spend less time about the theory and just show me. Let me see. Was that it allows you to see over time, each day and each week and each month as time unfolds, you will see a pattern as to how we approach, in a very consistent manner, how we approach these markets. These are volatile markets, very, very risky. Our purpose is to limit that risk. What you will see us do is trade in 2 contract sets. I always trade in even numbers. So I always trade at least 2 contracts or 4 contracts or 6 contracts with the idea of taking half off after a short period of time. This has been the pivotal point for me making a living from the markets, because I can always obtain a salary, a small salary, from that first contract set, and I can reduce my risk on the second because I often move my stop in my favor. I never know when these things are going to run, but I try to put myself in a position so that when it does, I'm in the market and moving with it. My entries for the short term, 6 to 10 ticks, have a very high rate of success. Whether or not the market really moves far in my favor, well, that's very difficult to predict, and I try not to do that. What I try to do is put myself in a position with that second contract so that when it does, I'm a part of it. What you see on this screen are the areas where I initiated trades. In this particular example, at about 7:30 in the morning Eastern, what I'm showing you here is our entry at this reversal bar at the high end of the envelope in a trend that we've decided was going to the downside. The red line horizontally, that represents the stop. So there's about 5 or 6 ticks of stop here of risk for this entry. There are just so many things to cover about what we do and how we trade the markets. And that was really the idea behind coming in each day, watching the room, and seeing for yourself the different conditions that present themselves, not only for the entries, but for the management of the trade. Over time, you will see how you can apply our trading methods to what you do on your screen. That's our objective. That's our goal, for you to take what we do, make a version of it for yourself. So I hope you join us for a day and watch us in real time. You can, at no cost, get a trial copy of HotCom, which is the software that we use to communicate our screens. Register with them, send us a registration form by clicking here on the site, and we'll send you access. We'll send you a user ID and password, and you will gain access for the day. And you can see for yourself, there's enough activity in the day that I think you'll be able to determine whether or not you'd like to subscribe. I think that's the real way, the only real way that you can decide for yourself if you'd like to learn more about what we do.